Hello, welcome everyone to day 3 of our Leadership for Women of Color series, where I'm going live every day for 21 days in honor of Black History Month. I'm going to be sharing tips, tricks, and secrets to help women of color land leadership roles and be successful in them. So, if you are a Black woman or a woman of color, this is for you. If you're already in a leadership role, this is for you. If you're looking to land a leadership role, this is for you as well. Feel free to share, tag anyone that you're like, you need to hear this. I am specifically talking to Black women and women of color. Sis, I have been there. We are talking all things. We're getting nitty gritty in the topics. Today, we got Valentine's Day coming up as well. We're going to be talking about how to land a leadership role you love. All right. Because who wants to be in a role that they hate or in a toxic environment? Nobody, right? All right, so if you are new to my channel and new to my network, welcome. I am Latrice Huff, career and leadership coach to ambitious women of color, and it is my mission and my movement to put more Black women and women of color in leadership roles and positions of power. And one of the ways that I do that is by giving away free content and helping you all. I also have coaching programs that I do this with. I have a leadership legacy program for women who want to get and succeed in leadership roles or start their own successful six-figure business. And I have a fearless branding formula if you are a Black woman or a woman of color and you want to land your first six figures or get a little bit more into the six figures. And one of the skills that I teach is personal branding. That is my key skill. And in the scope of personal branding, confidence. Personal branding and confidence go hand in hand, and it's a skill you must have. So I'm doing a lot this February, with my clients. I'm doing a career confidence challenge, and it has been so much fun. And I wanted to share the first 7 days with you all so you all can do this along with us. And so the activity for today is I want you to think about your goals and who you need to become. Who do you need to become to achieve your goals? For example, I have a very high income goal this year, and who I need to become to hit that goal and to enroll more women and help more women. I need to be someone who unapologetically speaks about their offers. I need to be someone who offers to help and invites people in. If you all know me or see me, I like to just give value. I like to just, give give all the value, give all the tips, and be like, maybe can you join? But I am really challenging myself to make more offers and talk more about my services, right? That is who I need to become in order to hit my income goal for my business. So I want you to write down, who do you need to become? As we go through the next 21 days, the first 7 days are going to be very impactful because you all are going through this challenge, and I want to bring you along for the ride. You're going to see how amazing you feel inside and out. All right. So if you all want to DM me, let me know. I want to know how you're liking the challenge, how you're liking the videos. Put some comments in. It always helps. For whatever reason, I noticed yesterday, I'm not seeing the comments on my screen. So if you make a comment and I don't respond on the screen, I am going to respond when I see it. Like I see it on my phone, but not on my screen. So I just wanted to put that out. But yes, do comment, do share, do like. If you're watching live, give me a hashtag live. If you're watching the replay, oh, I love my replay gang. Give me a hashtag team replay. Y'all be on it for real with the replays. I notice I always get more replay views than the live views. Y'all be on it with the replays. All right. So now that we have that, so you all are, just to kind of recap, this is for day 3. You should have like on your notes, like day 3, who do I need to become to achieve my goals? And if one of your goals is to land a leadership role that you love, let's write that down because I'm gonna help you and tell you what you need to do and part of who you need to become. Sounds good? All right. So my number one, y'all know I got my tips on I love pen and paper. I got my notes right here. Okay, how you're gonna land this leadership role that you love. Number one, Please, you have to know what you love and what you enjoy. And don't just have it up here. It's going to be very important that you write this down. This is important that you write this down because we're going to do something with it. So many times you all have it in your head and nothing happens with that. Nothing happens if something is in your head. You know that the current role you're in, you don't even like doing the work, but then you don't know what type of job you should be applying to. You know you hate the culture of this company, but you don't know the type of culture that you would love, right? You have to write it down. So, this is what you need to be thinking about and writing down. What do you enjoy doing and what lights you up? And it's going to be different for everyone. Like some of you, if you love strategy, I'm a strategy person too. So I love like putting the pieces together, seeing where they fit. If that's you, write it down. If you're a problem solver, if you love leading teams, I had someone, she told me, she was like, I love leading large teams. I was like, wow. Me, I love leading like small teams, like a small but mighty team, because we could do so much, right? But what lights you up and what do you enjoy doing? Don't worry about anybody else. It's going to be different for everybody, okay? So you got to write this down. Do you enjoy like working solo? Right? Do you want to be an individual contributor? And yes, you can be a leader and make a six figure, multiple six figure salary and still be an individual contributor, meaning your work is very high level. You have an impact on the company and the bottom line. However, you do not directly supervise. We see this in project managers and we see it in different types of roles, right? Where you have a very important role, you have an impact on the company, but you don't directly supervise anyone. You may even oversee various people and projects, but you don't directly oversee. Do you want that, right? Do you love collaboration? Do you love cross functional team collaboration? Like, oh, I'm collaborating with marketing and IT and this. I that was me. I love that, right? Or do you like, nope, I just like my department. If I'm in marketing, I just want to stay in my marketing business, right? Write this down. Um, do you um do you know the job title that would light you up? You don't have to just stick with one because here's the thing, different companies will be called different things. So that's why it's important that you know the type of duties that light you up, but you should have like at least three job titles that you think would interest you, right? And then please, for God's sake, you have to write down the type of culture you want and the type of manager or like supervisor that you want, right? I've had people say, I can work for anybody. No, you cannot. No, you cannot. Mm-mm. I am witness to, I've had terrible managers and I've had amazing managers and I've had okay managers. I can work for an okay manager and an amazing manager. A terrible manager will make your work life terrible, even doing something you love, even getting paid the money you ask for and the money you deserve, right? So please write these things down. That's number one, but that's such a major step, okay? Number two, you're going to apply to roles that fit your criteria. So many times, and I work with a lot of women who are like, I want a six-figure role. I'm like, did you apply to a six-figure role? They're like, no. Well, they're like, Latrice, um, I I want a leadership role making 200K. I'm like, good. Did you apply to that? They're like, no. Like you have to actually go after the roles you want, right? That fit your criteria. Now that you have this criteria, it can even be internal. I've created my own job description before. You can create your own job description, but you have to know what it is, right? Does it fit that criteria? Now, this is why it was so important in step one, we write this down, right? Number three, you're going to thoroughly research the company. And if it's inside your company, then that department, right? If you're like, I'm going to make a lateral move, you're going to thoroughly research it. Thoroughly researching is not just, I'm going to go on Glassdoor. That means I'm hitting up their website. I'm going to Glassdoor. I'm looking at former employees on LinkedIn and I'm going to reach out to them. And I have had my clients do this exercise and they have been very successful because I'm going to tell you the next step after that. They've been very successful with like you'd be surprised how some people will be like, yeah, I'll talk to you 15 minutes about a company I used to work for. They'd be like, sure, right? Well, yeah, I'll tell you. I don't work there anymore, right? So you want to do your due diligence and do your research, right? And then what are we on? Number four, you want to take, so remember, you got your list from step one that you want. You've applied to the role, you're thoroughly researching based on your research and what you want. You're now going to construct interview questions based on that. And these are interview questions that you're going to ask to the hiring manager, to the recruiter during your interview. Okay, so many times this is the part where people fall short. They'll research, they'll do all this, and then they won't do anything with that information. We're now turning our concerns, our wishes, our feedback, our research, we're now turning that into questions that we're going to ask the hiring manager, the recruiter, whoever's involved in the hiring process. We're now going to ask them these questions. Okay, y'all, this is key. Key, key, key. Number 5, and this bring it all together, right? Because I've seen people get up there and then don't stop and then stop. To the point that in my programs we now created, we call it like the culture fit evaluation for these companies, where we help you construct the questions, and then we have we call it green flag, red flag evaluations. So you are going to evaluate and make a decision on the company and on the role based on these things. Because so many times people tell me, I saw red flags in the interview. I'm like, you know, if you saw red flags in the interview, you have the control and the power to stop the process right there. You don't have to accept and work in a role that you know is going to be toxic, or at least is not what you want. You don't have to take that. You have control over your career too. And as Black women, I understand sometimes we feel, and we also get this from other people, that we should just be happy for what we have. We should just take what we're given. Like, oh, don't turn down no good job. It's like, but is this job good? If you're going to get in, it's going to be toxic. Right? If you're already in a role, you have the power to really be like, I can be more selective. I can choose something I love versus something I'll tolerate. That's why we're going through this whole process. Because I see people, they'll even construct the interview questions, but they won't do anything afterwards. They'll just be like, I was just so happy to get the offer. It's like, yeah, but did you negotiate? Did you talk about some of these concerns that you have? Even if they're not concerns, did you even bring up what would make the role better for you? You can negotiate and be like, what would make this role even better for me so that it's something I love versus just taking what you're given. Okay. So this is imperative because it's coming all together. We're going to evaluate all of our research, all of our information, how they answered our questions. We're going to give it like a red flag, green flag. We're going to see how many green flags, how many red flags. And even if it has 2 red flags, but those red flags are huge, that's going to make a difference. If it's got like some major green flags where it's like, oh wow, this would be remote in my salary range. My boss seems like she's very flexible. And it's like, oh yeah, this is something I would really love to do. Right? You deserve to do something you love to do. You deserve it. And when you're doing something you love to do, you're more productive. Right? You're more productive. You're going to get more things done. You're going to be thinking clearly and more strategically because you're not stressed out. You will be a better leader when you're doing something you love and you're in a role that you love. Okay. All right. So I hope this has been amazing for you all and this has been very helpful. Feel free, watch the replay, go back. When I should be seeing some notes, feel free to DM me if you're interested and you're like, Latrice, I would love to land a leadership role that I love. Or if you're in a leadership role and you want to like say, hey, I want to succeed in this role, I do invite you to join me in my Leadership Legacy program, specifically designed for Black women and women of color. You can book a call with me at calendarly.com/Latrice, and I will see you all tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye.